Hello friends, your lady Phyllis here. Welcome back to my channel. I have been taking my time looking at the word family. What I am seeing is really getting me mad. Husband and wife are supposed to be the two closest people in the family, but no longer. They are the worst enemies. In the public, they are very sweet couple, but at home, they are always at each other's neck. The husband thinking how to outsmart the wife, and the wife thinking on how to outsmart the husband. Bunches of pretenders, cheats, thieves, liars. How long do you think you can continue covering up? Before I continue, I'd like us to take a short break and watch this video, after which I will come back to you. Stay tuned.
So, our first story is quite an emotional one. A 64-year-old man narrated how he found out that 3 out of 4 children of his aren't his. This came to light after he played the American lottery, the visa lottery back then for his family, and one of the major conditions was for granting the visa was a blood screening. According to him, this has caused an indelible scar on in his heart. Now the question is, should he include these 3 children who aren't his in his will, or should he even tell them that he's not their biological father? Hey. Join us on the show is the former First Lady of Oyo State. Very difficult woman to see. At least 3 months ago, you're extremely difficult to see. Mrs. Florence Ajimobi in the building.
He told his wife about it. His wife was denied, but when he brought out the documentation, the wife had to confess, and that led to heart complications that cost her her life.
Hey,
now,
so
the man,
right?
yes, the wife died. Now, the man is old and is writing his...
3 of the children, one is for his best friend, a friend that's like a brother.
Yeah.
Then the other 2 are for the house help.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
Yeah, that's for sure.
So now he wants to write the will. Should he include the 3 children that he knows belong to someone else in his will? Or should he just give everything and give everything to his first child, which is his daughter?
It's a painful story, really, you know.
You've had the topic on discussion. A man has 4 children. 3 of them are not his. 2 belong to his gate man and 1 to his best friend. He wouldn't have found this out until they went for visa, American visa, and they were asked to bring the DNA of the children. Discovering this, the man asked the wife, and the wife couldn't take it. She fell sick and died. And now, the man is faced with the dilemma of, should he keep these children, or should he send them away to their fathers? Let's take another short break and watch another short video. Welcome back, friends. The woman in the second video that was lying naked with her boyfriend in her husband's bedroom is a typical example of the first woman in discussion who gave 3 children to her husband from other men. What if the second video, her husband didn't come home and meet her? She might get pregnant from the lovemaking, and who will she give the child? To her husband, of course. After watching these videos, I decided to carry out a demographic survey with 50 married couples. And here are my findings. There are many married men out there who are playing outside their marriage, and they don't like to play with single ladies. They like it with married ladies. I asked why, and I came to realize that these married men prefer dating married women because the single ladies are giving them so much trouble. According to them, they say that the single ladies are full of buy me this, buy me that. And they are so desperate. They don't care to know if you are married. They don't want to know. They want to get pregnant and tie you down with the pregnancy. They want to become your wife. They don't care their position as a wife in the family. They can be the 10th wife. They don't care. They also said that these ladies try to disturb their marriages. That when they reach their home, when they're supposed to be with their wife and children, that is when they will start calling them. And this is making the married men to look away from them and focus on the married women, who they know that by the time the married men return to their wives, their girlfriends, the married women, will also return to their husbands. And each of them will be protecting their ends. No, everybody will be protecting their marriage. If you are dating a married woman and unfortunately she gets pregnant, she will be the one that will suggest abortion. And if abortion did not happen, they will happily give birth to the children and give the children to their husband. I also concluded the survey I made on the women, and I found out that the women, most of them complained bitterly that when they were marrying newly, their husband gave them a lot of sexual attention. But after some years, their husband got some girlfriend outside their marriage to whom he gives their best in bed. The women in the house now suffers neglect, and they don't get it really good with their men. Their men don't give them exactly what they want. And so they went outside to get their own satisfaction. And they don't also like to date unmarried men. They like to date married men who will be covering their own marriage as they will be covering their own marriages. Because the unmarried men are the ones who always scam them. They take pictures of them and videos of their lovemaking and use them to blackmail them later on. So the married women are running away from the unmarried men, also clicking to the married men. These are my findings. Men, you like your own wife sealed up for you alone, and yet you will not allow other people's wives to rest. You'll be busy visiting one married woman to the other, giving them belly, born children all over the country. That is not good. Haven't you heard that what goes around comes around? What you don't wish for yourself, don't do it to another. Look at that man sleeping comfortably, snoring on another man's bed. What if that man killed him that night? He would have died like a chicken for nothing. Maybe that man's wife is waiting for him at home, but he will not come home. Look at him messing himself up. And you women, what is wrong with you all? What is marriage without faithfulness? Faithfulness is the cream of every marriage. Without it, marriage is nothing. So you women, if you are tired of your own marriage, quietly sign out of it. Stop pretending. Get out of it. If na shower dey hungry you, go and buy a shower certificate. It's very cheap. Hang it upon your neck and find men. If not, stay in your husband's house and respect the man. We were taught in the school days that the world is spherical. But no. According to Thomas Friedman, the world is now flat. And as days goes by, it is getting flatter. What you are doing at this end of the world today is clearly seen at the other end of the world. So whatever you are doing today, and you know that when it is displayed in the public, you will not be proud to identify yourself with it. Please stop doing it. Because you might be successful doing bad things, hiding them away for weeks, for months, for years, but one day you will outsmart yourself. You will overplay your hands. And what you did in the secret will leak in the open. And we will be here watching you as we have just watched those videos. So my fellow women, be very careful. Most of these married men and women, every day you see them on WhatsApp, you see them on IMO, Messenger, sharing their naked pictures and videos with their boyfriends and girlfriends. Why don't you sell them to Playboy and declare yourself? Let us know that now you are a professional. And stop doing all this your hide and seek games in your husband's house. Can you imagine the stigma the children of this woman will be suffering at school? Can you imagine that? Most of us out there, we are guilty of this same act. But we don't carry tea-crapper, cover our own very well. Nobody fits know. But then, we know ourselves. Don't just sit there and say it doesn't concern me. It concerns every one of us. They know they write this thing for face. Woman wey fit do am and woman wey no fit do am. They know they write am for face. So let us be very, very careful. Please. And as for this man, it has already happened to you. What will you do? Those children are very innocent. Your wife that committed the something is dead. And now you are growing old, you want to share your will, and you are asking if you are to leave these children out of your will. No. Include them in your will. These children from Genesis know you as their father. They don't know any other person. But one thing you must do is that you must have to tell them the truth. Tell them the truth, who their original father is, and give them the opportunity to make a choice. If they make the choice of going to stay with their biological father, good. But if they make the choice to remain your children, the best. So, include them in your will. Let us face the future and forget about the past. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I made some points here. And I'd like you to drop your comments as regards this topic. Bye.